Hello friends, welcome. I'm Robin with Zimmy's Simple Designs. If you see the little red live light, you've caught me live. If not, you're watching the replay. Please type in #replay. Say hello, tell me where you're watching from. Let me know if you're new so I can welcome you to my page. I'm gonna find myself here. Okay, now we're down all the way. Eyes itching. Hello. Hello everybody. Hi Sherry. Thank you for having me. Hi Lori. Hi Tracy. Hello ladies, welcome. Okay. Hello. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you for popping on, spending a little bit with me. Hi Tina. Hello. Hi Denise. How is everybody? Hope you're all doing good. Well, I am in an event today with Grace Creations, hosted by Miss Sherry from Hobby House Crafts by Sherry, Shanta with Country Creekside Creations, Connie with Harley's Hot Mess Express, Lindell with Lindell's Craft Escape, Jessica with Jessica's Party Decor and More, and Miss Lisa with Little and Me Gifts and Specialties. I want to thank you ladies for having me today. Up after me is Miss Lindell with Lindell's Craft Escape. Thank you. Hi Glenda. Hi Linda. Thank you all for popping in, spending a few minutes with me. I really appreciate it. So very much. You guys are amazing. You always bless my heart when you come on. So today we are going to do a couple of acorns. These are one of my new wood kits that we just came out with. So we're going to do them, and we're going to do them in French country. Thank you for sprinkling, Glenda. So I've got this tissue paper that's what they toile. Hi, Donna. Is what they call it. It's kind of that French toile kind of look. I can't tell you where the tissue paper came from. Well, I can, but Miss Christina over at the Rust Covered Cottage, when she sends wood kits, she wraps her wood kits in tissue paper, and this came from her. I save it. I always save it because it's always really cute. Hi, Griselda. Well, welcome, Donna. Welcome. You love acorns? Well, you know, hey, we're going to give it a shot. So it's going to be kind of neutral because from what I see, which I kind of had a feeling, French country, did a little research to make sure what I was thinking it was it. And it's pretty much, you know, muted colors, neutrals, naturals, things like that. So these won't be your typical, hi Melanie, acorns, because we're going to paint them in, this is called Italian Ivory. And we're going to paint, I'm going to paint the whole acorn in it. But then we're going to put this paper on the top portion of it, where the little cap would be, or the little, I guess they call it a little cap or whatever. You just did an acorn banner, Angie? Well, you know. Anyway, and we're going to add a bow and some other little details we're going to add on our little Now, I don't normally trace or mark or pre-cut when I do tissue paper, but I just wanted this top portion, so I kind of cut it in this little, I don't know if you guys can tell, I kind of cut it at an arch, and I'm going to try my best to kind of lay this right down on there and then go from there. It was the only way I could think of to do it, because I didn't want it over the whole acorn. I only wanted it on that top portion. So, yeah, that's what I came up with. So we're going to see how this goes. Anyway, so far everybody's done an amazing job. Miss Rosalinda and Melanie. Did wonderful. I've been trying to watch everybody. I think that's all it's been on so far. With their amazing little crafts that they did in French country. Which is kind of I love more muted colors, neutrals, that kind of thing. A little bit of distressing. That's kind of what I like. So this was kind of pretty close to what I like to do. I like that vintage kind of feel. Sadie, no. And I'm painting the whole thing because I want that paper to pop. So we're going to paint the whole thing, and that way it will show up the way I want. Hi, Peg. How are you today? Anyway, somebody was on, when I was watching one of the creators, I don't think I got to see it all because one of the creators I was watching, I got a phone call from my grandson, a video chat with him. He was wanting to visit. He's, so I asked him, I says, so what have you got planned for today? I don't know. Hey, Mom, what do I have planned for the day? Hi, Sherry. Sharon, how are you? He had to ask his mom, what do I have planned for the day? And my granddaughter will be 15 tomorrow, my oldest granddaughter, and I got her present ordered. I just placed an order on Amazon and had it shipped, gonna have it shipped right to my daughter's for her birthday tomorrow. So, and we thought it would be fun. When she was about 2 or 3, she loved those little, yes, that's the cute karate boy. Yes, Sharon, that calls. Yeah, he video chats. He usually does a couple times a week. He calls and talks to us. We play trucks. We had to play trucks. We had to play a trick on his mom. His pet is a fake snake. And he goes, watch, shh, I'm gonna play a trick on Mom. And he laid that fake snake over by where she was working. She works from home, and he thought that was funny. He thought he was getting her. Of course, she played it up, you know, and he got a kick out of that. Yeah. But when my granddaughter was about 3, 4, the oldest, she loved cheese balls. I mean, loved them. And we were at Can't it, Sharon? I love it, right? Walmart, where we lived, had those big old barrels, you know, full of the cheese balls. And my husband thought it would be cool to buy her, for her birthday, her very own barrel of cheese balls. So we got it for her. She was so excited. It was like she could have cared less about any of the other gifts she got that day. She was excited she got that big old jug of cheese balls. So we thought it would be fun this year to get her another one. So that's what I ordered her, was a big jug of cheese balls for her birthday. She still loves them. She still loves them. I'm doing good. Doing crafts for a craft show. Oh my goodness, you're busy then, aren't you, Peg? You're doing, oh, I hope you do well at your craft fair. I hope you do really well. Hi, Lindell. We are going Monday. We're going over to my son's we're just going to get together on Memorial Day and have pizza. Well, thank you, Lindell. I don't feel so great. I had to go out this morning and my hair was wet and I didn't want to do anything with it, so I put a hat on. Thank you, Lindell. That's so sweet. And this is Paint Couture paint, and I love it. They did? Funny shit. Well, they must have enjoyed them. Hello, Elizabeth. How are you? I love this paint. Can you? Well, we thought it would be fun this year. And we found out what each one of the other grandkids, thank you for sprinkling, Lisa, what their snacks are too. And we're going to send them like a big bag of... Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Angie. I've had it a few years, but I think that they are still available. And if you click the little chains, you know, down there by the comments, I am an affiliate for her. If you click that, there's a link in there. I think it'll take you right to the paint, but I'm sure you can get out of that and look around her page. But I'm not positive if she still has them or not. But yes, that's where it came from. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Cindy. All right, I'm going to, so now we're going to get the top part. Spread in the sunshine. Hello, hello. So we're going to get this part on. And I'm going to use the Paint Couture Dead Flat Top Coat. I love this stuff. It is definitely dead flat. There's no shine at all. I love it. And you can also get that off, you can get this, the Paint Couture stuff, off Christina over at the Rust Covered Cottage. Yeah, oh, okay. Yeah, I love her paint too. I do. I have a lot of her paints. Yeah, I love her. She's kind of how I started. I used to watch her all the time. All the time. I don't as much anymore, and I don't because I don't, it's when I take my break from social media is when she's on now. But I need to go and watch her replays when I get the chance. But it's just hard, you know. You're busy doing so much. It makes it hard. So I'm going to get a coat of this on here. Now, if you like the iron-on method, by all means, do the iron-on method. I usually don't, but I don't mind wrinkles at all. Hi, Sherry. How are you? Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? When I was on Rosalinda's, I know I was following her, but it showed I wasn't following her anymore either, so I had to refollow her. So I'm just going to kind of try and do my best and lay this down where I want it. And like I said, if you like the iron-on method, by all means, use it. I just, like I said, I don't mind wrinkles. I don't mind them at all. So I usually don't do the iron-on method. So there's that part. So that's what it's going to look like. There's that one. We'll get this one on. I'm sorry about the mowing. The kids I live across the street from elementary school, and of course they started school this week, and they just got out for the day, and so they showed up to mow. Normally they mow in the morning, but now that school's in, they kind of have to change their schedule up. So I apologize. It's a really nice day here, so I have my windows open. I'm taking advantage because it's going to cool down again here where I'm at. So I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not. So I'm enjoying the warm temperatures. All right. So I'm going to dry this, and we're going to sand that off, and then I'm going to do a top coat of this. Actually, I'm just going to go over the top of it. I don't know why and I'm going to go over the whole acorn. I'm going to do even where I've just painted, and we won't see it. I love this stuff. I know it looks shiny right now, but when it dries, I've got like a whole glob of that right there. Yeah, when it dries, you can't tell it's on there. I know Mod Podge says it's a matte finish, but it still has a shine, so I don't like that. So I love this stuff. Thank you for sprinkling, Sherry. How are you doing, Sherry? I know it has been a while since I've seen you. I hope you've recovered from your surgery and are getting around okay. All right. And I'm putting this on here because when I go to wax this, I'm going to have a flexibility as far as if I get it too dark, I can wipe it back when you put this top coat on. That's kind of why I'm doing the whole thing. Plus, I want to seal this print. All right, now I've got it all. Hi, Amy. How are you, Amy? Thank you for sprinkling. Hey, Jamie. All right, so I'm going to dry this. If you guys would like one of these wood kits, just private message me. I don't have a shop. I don't have an Etsy shop or anything. They're $13 plus shipping. Hey, Marsha, how are you? How are you doing? Get this dried, and then I'll sand the extra off. I'm doing good. Get this dry. I'm sorry about my heat tool being so loud, guys. I have to say, Melanie, I was impressed with you today. I was watching you make your bow. And I kept thinking, how is she going to get all of that out of there? Because she didn't put her string in first, the bodabra. And if I'd have done it the way you did, I'd have had a hot mess. By putting it in afterwards, I would have had a hot mess. I have to put my string in first, otherwise I make a mess of my ribbon. So I was pretty impressed you were able to do that. And your mirror was cute. It turned out cute. You get this sanded off. And I am going to sand the edges and the top of this little acorn and give it just a little bit of distressing on here. Now, you wouldn't have to do this. This is just my... And I was watching, and they do some distressing. I was like, how is she? But you were, I was like, she's got some talent, because I could have never done that. Like I said, I'd have had ribbon and everything everywhere. I would have. All right. I'm not giving it a whole lot, but just a little. I was watching somebody, they did these really cute, when I was doing my research, there was some really cute things I saw people make. And I'm debating, I have some lavender, and I know lavender is big with French country. So, so this is what we've got so far. I like that paper on there. But I'm not sure lavender and acorns go. So I've got some natural looking. Oh, they did? Oh no, Lori. Oh no. Then, yeah. They're out there, aren't they? They've been out in droves, seems like, lately. seen a post that Sheila was Simply Simple Creations by Sheila made the other day. She had put up a picture of her craft space, how her craft space was a mess. Somebody wanted to know if she could make one of those for them. She says, what was her comment? Something about, boy, them bots sure don't know anything, do they? Or something like that. She made a comment about it. I don't know if you guys saw that. That somebody offered to buy her craft space if she was willing to buy it. It's like, okay. She said, yeah, you can have my dirty craft space. Like, all right. Yeah, they're all of those scammers. I've been having to really watch. You done? Oh, did you mow today, Lisa? I think they're done across the way. Oh, thank you, Melanie. You got bot messages? Yeah, so do I. When I get them too, I get them. I get them too. They're driving me nuts, but I think I'm gonna kind of, let me see if I can get a little more. Oh, yeah. I'm going to go around this, just this edge, I think, just a little bit more on here. Yeah, I do have a lot more wood kits. Like I said, I don't have a website, but if you... go to the top of my Facebook photos. You'll see where I have an album set up that says wood kits, and I have them all in there. Crazy internet. I know it's not just me. Sorry, guys. Welcome, welcome, Angie. Well, thank you for following me. I appreciate that. Okay. And now you would, like I said, you guys would not have to do this. This is just what I like. And I know that French country. Hi, Ruby. How are you today? Does have a little bit, not a whole lot, not like some, you know. So we're going to take my dark wax and I'm just going to go around the edge, just enough, just a little. How are you, just for the big 4-day weekend? Yeah. Like I said, we're just going to go, my middle son, my oldest son and my middle son both live here where I live. My daughter lives in Texas, so I would love to be able to be there to spend for my granddaughter's birthday, but unfortunately that's not going to happen. Can't believe she's going to be 15 tomorrow. It's just crazy to me to think she's that old. I'm just hitting this just, like I said, just a little. I'm not getting too crazy with it. Just like that. But my daughter will have her. My granddaughters live with their dad. And but my daughter gets them every other weekend, and it kind of worked out that this is her weekend. So Sawyer is all excited because they're going. He tells me, he says, guess what we're doing for Bridget's birthday? He says, and it entails fries and what are these? Fries and bowling or something, he said, and video games maybe or something. And I'm like, I don't know what. He says, we're going bowling. He's like so excited. I said, well, that sounds like fun. Wow. 21 in January. Wow, Angie. Wow. The 15-year-old's actually my oldest grandchild. And my daughter has 3. She's got 2 girls. And then the boy, and he's 4. And then my middle son, him and his wife here, that live here. And my oldest son and his wife, unfortunately, can't have children. Their children are their puppies. Gosh, you guys, I am so sorry. I don't know what's going on with, if it's my internet or if it's Facebook. Hi, Fatima. How are you? How you doing today? Just a little bit on this edge I wanted to get. Hiya, Tanya. Oh, did you? Oh, good. I'm glad you got them okay. So glad you got them okay. I always worry about that. Okay, so we're done with that for now. Yeah, we're done with that for now. Now, I am going to add some bows. Oh, I know what I want to do before we do that. So what I'm going to do to kind of hide this line is I'm going to take this jute. Oh, okay. I'll let them know, Elizabeth. Thank you. I'm going to take this jute and I'm going to glue it right along this edge just to give it a little something, just so you don't see that sharp edge where the tissue paper is. So we're going to do that first on both of them. All right, I think I'm just gonna cut this here, make it a little easier to manage rather than trying to and I may go over the top of this with some wax. Oh, how nice. How nice. Is it still hot there, Fatima? I don't know. My husband talked to a gentleman he used to work with that he went to school with, and now he worked with him when we lived there in Arizona. They worked together for many years. Carpooled. And got a little carried away with the glue gun, but and he didn't say, Terry didn't say if he said, you know, how it was still warm there or not. And our culture when a girl turns right there. A quinceañera? Is that what you're talking about, Angie? I should have got my other glue gun out, and I didn't, because it's got an even finer point, but, you know, here we are. I don't think it'll show up much. Hi, Gail. Which is, yeah, you're right. That is sticky to you guys. That is sticky for Arizona. 27%. That's sticky. I don't know what, the humidity's up here as long as we've been here. I still feel it. I can tell it's humid today. My husband doesn't notice it much anymore, but he only notices when it really gets up there. But yeah, I don't think I'll ever get used to the humidity here. And it's not bad like some places. You know, but it is what it is. Trying to do this, get a very fine line here. We got going here. I think that's my best bet right there. Oh, Dolly's playing ball. She decided to play ball today, I guess. All right, so we just a little added touch, I thought, to our little acorn. We'll trim that. And that'll be covered, so I'm not too worried about it. So let's do this one. And that was a little easier to manage with cutting the piece rather than trying to manage that whole. Yeah. Hi, Gwen. Cloudy, but no storms coming. Yeah. It's cloudy here. I don't know if we're supposed to get rain or not, but it is cloudy here today. Oops. Doggone it. I don't know whose dog is barking. I just know it's not mine. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I got a glob of glue here. I gotta get it, or it'll drive me nuts. Perfect swimming weather. Well, that's good. Do you have a pool then? I remember as a kid when we lived down in Phoenix. Well, we lived in Chandler. My family did. And we would go to the public pool. The high school there where we lived had a pool. And then in the summertime, it was open to the public. And we would go every day. And then when we moved into like a trailer park. And it had a pool in the summertime. Hey, Renee, how are you, sweet friend? Hi, Rose, how are you, sweet friend? How are you doing? All right, I'm gonna trim this. There we go. All right. So now that's what we're looking like so far with our little jute. Like I said, I just wanted to add something just to hide that little sharp line between the paint and the print. All right, so now we're gonna add some bows. And I've got this lace, which is thin because these won't be really big. And then I've got this black and white stripe. And I believe this fabric here is fabric from Dollar Tree that I've coffee grunged. But I thought just to keep with the muted colors and things, thank you, Fatima. These are my new wood kit that I'm featuring today. Guys, please make sure, I am in a group, an event today. This is Grace Creations. The link for the group is in the description. Please make sure you join. Stick around in the group. Lindell with Lindell's Craft Escape. She will be up next. It's French country is the theme today. And I think it goes until 9 o'clock. Okay, now. Oh no! My goodness. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry, Rose. I am so sorry. But I wanted to add some, you know, the black and white, and I don't know that I'm going to use all of this for these acorns because they aren't very big, but these pieces aren't very big, so. And I don't know why I did it this way, but because I'm not going to have tails. And then we're going to add this lace. And this is like, I think it's actually lace seam binding. But I like it because I like using lace in my bows. And I like this because it's thin when you want to do just a thin bow. I did have to go into Hobby Lobby. For batting. I was all out. I've used all my quilt batting, and so I had to go in there. I made I took, of course, an Amazon envelope, and I made some like candy corn bowl fillers. But I wanted 2 of them, and my envelope wasn't big enough. So I had some, or I still have, some of those bubble envelopes that are, hi Mindy, how are you? That are like paper on the outside, like a paper envelope. They're yellow, but they're a bubble envelope. And I used one of those to make my other one. And they turned out really cute. I played yesterday, and I did that yesterday. And we're going to add one more. Hi, Anne. Are you frozen? I'm sorry. Is everybody frozen? I've still got internet, so I hope it's not everybody. says I'm still alive, but I know Miss Melanie got kicked off. Good. I'm doing good, Mindy. No frozen there, Amy? Okay. I was just worried because I know Melanie had to, not frozen for you, I know Melanie got kicked out and she had to log back in, so I was like getting worried. Uh-oh, did that happen to me? So I could get back on. Not frozen? Okay. All right, so here's our bow. Well, I don't know what they're doing over there now, but they're back. The mowers are back. I'm gonna pull that just a little bit. I was going to say something, now I forgot. So here's our bow. I'm just going to I'm going to trim this, so let's see if I can get it kind of halfway looking decent to get it on here. But they're not very big, but the acorns aren't very big, so, and I think that'll look good on there. Yeah, they're going to be fine. Hello, Wendy, how are you? Ouch. Ow, ow. I don't know what got me down there, but it did. Let's trim this up. Today's the last big weekend for camping, I think, here in Iowa. But I think some of the diehard campers will keep going till it gets too cold. I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you, Sherry. All right. All right, so I really apologize, guys, for the mowing. I do. I did not expect that today. I think that's cute. So, like I said, I've got this lavender, and I was thinking to add some of that. And this is like, it even smells good. It smells really good. I've had it a while. I think I ordered it from Solar Wood Flowers. And I was just thinking to add just a few of them on here. But, like I said, I wasn't sure. Oh, 95 there. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Wendy. My husband came home. He went to get his haircut and came home. And he was like, oh, wow, you're in a hat. I love you in a hat. Well, he's never, ever said that to me before. I didn't know this. He says, I love you in a ball cap. And he gets up, my daughter-in-law called to talk to him for a minute. And he says, he's telling her all about it. When he got off the phone, he says, I need to take a picture. I'm like, why? Because you look great in a hat. Hi, Jan. So he says, you look great in a ball cap. I want a picture of you in it. You don't wear one very often. Like, okay, really? So I let him take his picture. Take my picture. Or the other thing I have is I have these like metal pieces that look like a little leaf. So thinking maybe that instead of the lavender. I mean, I know lavender is kind of French country, but I'm not sure lavender goes on an acorn. So I'm thinking the metal piece maybe instead on them. I've got the two of them. One's a little bit bigger than the other. So let's make our other bow. And I'll have to think about that, like I said. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Thank you, Wendy. I'm not sure. I'm thinking, I don't know. I actually grow lavender out in my yard. I love it. It gets so pretty. It smells. You like the leaf? Okay. See, I kind of like the leaf. If it was something else, like just a cutting board with some French country. Oh, I am so sorry about this Wi-Fi. Like I said, I don't know if it's me or if it's Facebook. But I apologize, guys, that it keeps cutting out. But if I was doing like something that had this pattern on it that was like a cutting board or something, I think I would maybe go for the lavender, but I'm just not thinking that lavender and acorns don't, to me, go together. But I don't know. What do y'all think? I don't know. What do y'all think? I don't know, Jan. I'm not sure. Because I know, of course, where it grows in Arizona, it does get cool. So, because when I lived in Arizona, I lived in the mountains of Arizona, and over in one of the other communities, they have a big lavender, I don't know what you want to call it, orchard or what you call it, but you can actually go there and pick your own, and they have, it's a big, big lavender farm. So I don't know if you need, but it doesn't get really hot there in the summertime. The average temperature where that's at, maybe 90, maybe, and that's maybe a day or two that you will get that temperature. So that could be why. I don't know. I don't know much about it. I just knew I could get it here in Iowa, and I put three plants in. Unfortunately, only 2 survived, but they're both doing really good. The one is huge, and I love it. Lavender fields, yeah. I don't know why I was thinking orchard, but it was like, it left my brain what I was wanting to say. Thank you, Lori. But it's, I mean, they sell like soaps and the whole, I never went over there to it, but I heard it was really nice. They'd have breads and the whole thing, I guess. And I know there's different species of lavender. The only thing I wish I need to research and find out about is how to cut it, or when I should cut it so I can dry it myself. Cut my own and dry it, you know. But I need to do some research to figure that out, because I would like to be able to do that with it. All right, here's our other bow. Okay. Do you? I think I My daughter's favorite color is purple. Oh, my husband's home. He went over and helped my daughter in yard work today. And he's back. Hi. Okay. So there's our bows. And like I said, I think I'm gonna go with, oops, missed one. Oh my gosh. Now that sounded like he fell, but he may have just tripped down the stairs because I don't hear any yelling. All right. I guess this boat could have been a little bigger, but I think we're going to be okay. I think it'll be okay. All right, let's get our bows on. Okay. And I think, yeah, I think I'm just going to add the leaves. I do have a tag here, but I'm not sure about it. So I stuck that little leaf under there. I think I like that better than the lavender. So let's get this one on there. The other thing my grandson said, he was at he went to the, thank you for having me, Sherry, haircut store. That's what he calls it, the haircut store. Not the beautician or the barber, it's the haircut store. Okay, that's down. The Wi-Fi. Okay, so there's our little acorns. And I love them. So, like I said, I've got a tag here, but I'm not sure. Okay, I think it'll go on there, be okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna have any writing on there, but I've got this set of stamps that I got off of Amazon. And I like, it kind of also reminded me kind of French country. And I like this one, and this little dragonfly I thought would be cute on there. Thank you, Jamie. Let's see if I can peel this. This is actually a Cricut mat that I cut that I'm going to use. I'm going to apply. I'm going to because these aren't very sticky. Like, I don't think they're going to stick to my little, hey Barb, my acrylic, you know, mat. So I want to, I have to think how this is going to go. Yeah, I want it like this, kind of at an angle, and then I wanted to put this little dragonfly kind of right here on our stamp. So let's get that inked. Hopefully I got enough on there, but that's okay if I don't, if it doesn't come out exactly how I want it. But this might be my only challenge, just figuring out how it's going to go on there. I'll do it that way. I didn't get it on there very good. Oh, that didn't do good at all. Let's try that again. We'll do the back. So it's like that might be the challenge, is where that's at. Let's just take a guess and go like that. Oh yeah, that's not bad. And I thought that would be just fun. Right there, maybe. Thank you, Melanie. I learned this trick. I don't remember where I learned this trick at, but there still may be a challenge to it. I researched it because I have a set of stamps that I haven't been able to use because they won't stick to the acrylic. And so I did some research to find out what I could do to get it to work. And this was a tip I learned. I think I learned it on YouTube, actually. All right, let's move that up. It's back on the top of it. Okay. Oh, guys, I gotta go. Make sure you stick around and see the next presenter. Thank you all for being here, and you guys have a wonderful, blessed rest of your day. Bye.